someone asks you the question, what would you rather have? Blackrod or pay for a pensioner's heating bill for a year? I know what I'd rather have. Greetings and welcome. So we had the Queen's speech yesterday, and I'd love to get your guys' opinion on the monarchy as a whole, because every single year when we get this with the Queen's speech, I always think the same thing. I'm like, yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to have traditions and stuff like that, but some of this stuff is just absolute bollocks. Look at it. Whenever I see this, I always think back to like when they were making up the rules for Parliament, and they were just sitting around discussing, going, right, what should we do, lads? Should we should we have a guy in a red gown and a pointy stick? Yeah, definitely have one of those. Okay, do that. Instead of the Queen wearing the hat, should we just like bring it out on a pillow, have two men dressed in black bow as it comes through? Oh yeah. Definitely do that. Blackrod's coming. What is this bollocks?
Close the door.
And then they shut the door in her face. Same thing when they're making the rules, right? So we'll have Blackrod come, and then we'll shut the door in her face, and she'll have to knock on the door. What the fuck is this bollocks?
It's Blackrod. Open the door.
It's Blackrod. Blackrod's here. Let Blackrod in. They're in charge of us. It's just bollocks, isn't it? It's absolute bollocks. And then finally we get to the Queen's speech, which is actually Charles's speech, because Queenie's too ill to come in.
My lords and members of the House of Commons, Her Majesty's government's priority is to grow and strengthen the economy and help ease the cost of living for families.
The absolute cheek of it. The cheek of ease burden on families. What about that big fuck off gold chair that you're sitting on? But that's worth a few bob, isn't it? That could probably pay for a few affordable houses. The cheek of it. The absolute cheek of it. I couldn't possibly do my job without this big fuck off gold chair.
Her Majesty's ministers will continue to support the police, to make the streets safer, and fund the National Health Service.
The hat, Charles, the hat, the big shiny hat. That'll buy a few hospitals, that'll pay for a few nurses. Oh, it's bollocks, isn't it? Oh, what do you guys think? I'd love to know your opinions on all this. I mean, like I say, it's nice to have traditions. I get it, keep the traditions alive. It's nice, but I mean, seriously, it just seems like a giant waste of time and money. I mean, how much does it cost to employ old Blackrod and the white-wigged, red gown brigade? Not the lords, but the ones that just bow and open doors. How much are their wages? Do they only work once a year? I mean, because this is when you see this stuff and you break it down and you think, right, what? Someone asks you the question, what would you rather have? Blackrod or pay for a pensioner's heating bill for a year? I know what I'd rather have. Stupid twat in white wig, red gown, opening doors, or universal credit for a single mum for a year. Well, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? And this is what, every single time I see this bollocks, I just think, why? We've got to move past this, surely. We've got to move past this. This is just all unnecessary. And when you have Charles talking about the bloody cost of living and the crisis in the NHS while sitting on a fucking gold chair. A gold chair. It's green, people, for me. Don't start crossing, alright? I'm coming through. It's just so hypocritical. And I go through the same motions every year. I think last year I made a sort of similar video to this. I always remember distinctly back in David Cameron's days when Queenie was talking about tightening up the purse strings, you know, living within our means. She actually said those words, sitting there on the crowd. She goes, Britain must learn to live within its means.
My ministers will continue to bring the public finances under control so that Britain lives within its means.
The fucking gold shiny hat! What are you talking about? It's absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Please give me your thoughts, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts. So to actual PMQs afterwards, Starmer. I thought Starmer was good. He was banging on again about the windfall tax, banging on again about why you're increasing national insurance. No other G7 countries doing it. He done well. Also bringing up the insulation policy, you know, which is massive. We start properly insulating our homes in this country, and then, you know, we're not relying on so much foreign gas, and the gas bills go down. It helps everything. But the Tories don't do that, do they? They don't think long term. Of course they don't at the moment, because they probably don't think they're going to be in government for much longer. They can't think about the long term. But they're not going to put a policy together about insulating all the homes in Britain and it pay off in a potential Labour government that comes in later. They're not going to do that at all. The other big thing was Ian Blackford yesterday was really going for the Scottish independence thing again, wasn't he? Big time. All these little baby steps that are happening at the moment. Obviously we have Sinn Féin in Northern Ireland. What do you guys think? Is this more baby steps towards the breaking up of the UK? It's interesting. Since my last video, I was talking to a few people in Ireland and Northern Ireland. There is mixed opinions about that, because I've always said I'm very ignorant on the subject of Ireland. I more just want to hear your guys' opinions and give my own, because I'm not qualified enough to talk about the subject really. But I just listen to people, and what I hear from people saying is mixed opinions. And one big thing that keeps coming up is people in Northern Ireland are scared of losing the NHS. They think the NHS is a lot better in Northern Ireland than in the Republic of Ireland. And house prices. House prices are insane in Ireland, especially in Dublin. They're out of control. So there's a lot of concerns there. You know, as an ignorant brain over in Britain, you just think logically, the logical solution, don't you? You think, wow, it's Ireland, it's Northern Ireland, come together, you got Ireland, it's all good, everyone's happy. You know, same as North Korea. North Korea should reunify, everything will be happy. Germany, they've done it. It comes from ignorance. But yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely the first baby steps, isn't it? Until next time, guys, please give me your opinions. And also, thank you for all your likes, all your subscribes, everything like that. If you want to thank me, I've got a little thanks button down on the video now, which is great, which some of you did on the last video. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. It's really kind. Till next time, take care.